Hello and welcome to Mtoto News Insight for this week, where we bring you matters concerning children. I am Anne Wambui. And on top of our stories, President Uhuru Kenyatta graced World Vision offices as they celebrated their investments on the impact on the well-being of children in East Africa while commissioning their regional headquarters in Kenya at their offices in Karen on July 19th.
World Vision welcomed President Kenyatta, Cabinet Secretary, Foreign Affairs Ambassador Monica Juma, government officials and church leaders at the regional office to celebrate their journey of providing relief, advocacy and spearheading groundbreaking initiatives that benefit millions of children and communities in giving them hope for a bright future.
It is the first time in the history of World Vision globally that a sitting head of state has joined hands with children to commemorate the investment and commitment to alleviate the suffering of the most vulnerable in our society. Your Excellency, your visit today is by far one of the most important days in our calendar and will be celebrated in over 100 World Vision offices globally.
The guests of honor were received by children from Kajiado, presenting a children's charter to the president on behalf of the many voices of young girls and boys across Kenya.
The children still face various forms of violence, for example, child marriage and FGM, which has led to many children dropping out of school. In our community, the Maasai community, believe that once a girl has gone through FGM, she's no longer a child, she's an adult, and so she's ready for marriage, and so she has to drop out of school and goes to her home, in which it is not fair. We have to study.
World Vision celebrated the success of 2017 on Sustainable Development Goals in Kenya, including 155 schools that helped about 59,000 children access education, immunization coverage of 23,000 children with vaccines of appropriate age, among others, and by setting a good example to the nation and East Africa region, as well as the achievement of the objectives of this specific day.
We did meet the objective of this event. Number one, it was an honor for us to have the head of state. There's nothing more than that, for the heads of state to come to you and listen to you. And more importantly, personally, as the National Director of World Vision Kenya, the key objective for the head of state to sit down here and listen to the voice of the children. That was a major milestone. That was a major achievement.
World Vision projects in East Africa focuses on improving education and health of children and eradicating all forms of violence, which goes in line with its dedication to working with children, families and communities worldwide to empower community members reach their full potentials by addressing causes of poverty and injustices.
But as I said, I trust that we will welcome visitors who come here to improve lives and to work with us to transform Kenya's prospects. So my administration will review its procedures to make certain that none of World Vision employees and none who come here to work for equally reputable partners endure undue delay in the issuance of work permits or their renewals.
In other news, on 12th July, all early childhood development and education teachers met Ministry of Education and stakeholders to discuss affairs of ECDE teachers at the Kenya Institute of Curriculum Development Hall for a national meeting. Titus Kariuki has more.
Over 1,000 early child development and education teachers from 47 counties met in Nairobi at Kenya Institute of Curriculum Development for their first national meeting. Guests in attendance were Ambassador Amina Mohammed, Cabinet Secretary of Education, Wilson Sossion, Secretary General of Kenya National Union of Teachers, Council of Governors, representative from the Senate, and Education Committee chairs. Top on the agenda from meeting was discussion of County ECD Bill 2014, ECDE Scheme of Service, ECDE Teachers Representation in NAT, role of county government in ECD and curriculum of books.
We are discussing this ECD scheme of service, which has already been drafted by number of stakeholders, but taking the lead is the Council of Governors. So we have a draft. We chose the entry point for certificate, diploma, and degree holders. That is done. Again, the other thing that we discussed here is the 2014 ECD bill by the Senate. It's still in the process of being worked on, and we hope that very soon it will be done and it will be out. Then finally, the welfare of the child.
Teachers demanded a scheme of service to end discrimination, inadequate learning material, deficient infrastructure, poor remuneration, and delay of release of their pay are some of the issues raised by the teachers. ECDE teachers demanded Teacher Service Commission takes over the employment and counties takes over policy making. From Mtoto News, I'm Titus Karaoke.
Moving on, 21 girls from Nepal who had been trafficked in Kenya for exploitation were rescued by the Child Protection Unit and the Anti-Human Trafficking Unit under the Directorate of Criminal Investigation on Thursday night. Speaking in Westlands after the raid, DCI spokesperson through their Twitter handle said 3 perpetrators have been arrested and will be charged under various laws including the Anti-Persons Trafficking Act, Children Act of the Constitution of Kenya. Kenya has become a source, transit, and destination for human trafficking due to the geographical position, economy, and social status and fluid borders, hence United Nations ranking the country as Tier 2 in the levels of trafficking. Children have many rights, but do they know how, where, and who to address their issues to? The East African community has developed a children's policy to facilitate a common feature for children facing all kinds of violence and vulnerabilities in the region. Save the Children, with the participation of children together with stakeholders and civil society organizations in East Africa, is contributing to the finalization of a child-friendly policy document that will help children understand the child protection system in the region.
So as Save the Children, we value the importance of child participation, and one good element of ensuring that there's effective participation is to have children have access to information that they can be able to use to advance their rights. So the EAC child-friendly version is one of the tools that Save the Children believes in terms of giving children tools to be able to advocate for their rights in terms of having access to information they can understand.
And finally, on international news, child participation is an important aspect of decision-making in every society around the world. It has been said time without number that children are the future of our generation. A young boy from South Africa, perhaps an aspiring leader, had the opportunity to articulately address the Parliament of the Republic of South Africa on the importance of child participation, especially when voting.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. So my question was not really much of a question. Well, it's kind of like a statement. So let's say we're in 2019 and it's the elections, and a child wants to vote, but they don't have that opportunity to vote because they are underage. What if we make this change? What if the child studies all the things that different political parties want to change in the country, and they understand the depth of what they're doing, and they go through 1 or 2 assessments, and they have like the voting intelligence of an adult? Because just because somebody has a different age than another person does not necessarily mean that they should have less access to things because of their age or anything like that. But like many adults expect children to be to not have as much intelligence as adults, but if the child has surprisingly high intelligence, but they are still not allowed that just because of their age. It's not because of what's on the outside, it's because of what's on the inside.
The response from the leaders in Parliament was to the effect that everyone should not be tied with the same brush. There are exceptions where children are allowed to vote at a very young age, The reason given for barring children from voting is for their protection so that they attain the right age to make such crucial decisions. Child participation is very important in every society. Though age limits are set for certain decisions to be made, it is wise to involve children directly by airing their views, and these views should then be incorporated at the regional and eventually the national level.
You're saying we should not tie everyone with the same brush. Young levels of development would actually be different from different people, and they differ from person to the next person. I think you're quite correct, but I think you must come and work with the UDM closely so that we can work with you going to 2025 and 2030.
Well, that brings us to the end of our weekly bulletin, but before we leave, here are some events coming up this week.
The first ever Global Disability Summit will take place on 24th July 2018 at the Queen Elizabeth Olympic Park in London. The second National Early Childhood Development Stakeholders Conference will be starting on 25th to 26th July 2018 at Kenyatta University.
Thank you for watching, and please visit our website and blog, social media handles at Mtoto News for news updates and information about children. Have a lovely week. I am Anne Wambui.